much to Los Angeles?
One way or round trip?
You're kidding, right?
When you are putting on your makeup, it's like you're an artist. But instead of painting on canvas, you're painting a face.
What is this place? Are you Tess?
And you're in my mirror because?
I've never seen anything like this before, and I really want to be a part of it.
Great enthusiasm, terrible timing.
Isn't that the chick that was backstage yesterday?
I want to be up there. I want to do that.
Question is, do you have the talent?
Because you're on. Knock 'em dead. Show 'em what you got.
What happened to all the great dancers in LA?
They're all dancing with the stars.
What is she doing up there?
I think she's auditioning.
Hey, Dave, cut it!
Hold on a second. I can do this.
And it's sweet that you think so.
Just tell me what you want.
I can't tell you. Nobody can tell you. You gotta make me believe that you belong on that stage, that it's yours, and that nobody can take it from you. Now, you wanna show me something? Show me that.
Drop the curtain. Come on, let's go.
Hold it. Raise the curtain. There are going to be all kinds of people. They'll just want to get close to you because you're talented.
Clearly, one of us has underestimated the other.
What is Allie short for?
Alice?
Alice? Well, welcome to Wonderland.
And welcome to the Cult Cinema Circle podcast. My name is Jesse, and I'll be your host. Now, on today's episode, we're going to head over to the Burlesque Lounge and go see a show and get the best view of the Sunset Strip. But also, in the same vein, we'll also really learn about air rights for some reason. And we'll also, I don't know, go to a party at Eric Dane's house, maybe. I don't know, whatever. Either way, with all that being said, today we're continuing on with Music Month, and we are going to be talking about a little film from 2010, The Lord Savior 2010. And I'm going to be covering Burlesque today, but I could not do it all by myself, not at all. I needed to bring someone on for this. I've been having a guest all this month, really, which is kind of nice. It's just nice to have a conversation. But this guest right here is actually a follower of the show. They follow me on Instagram, and super nice, a lovely dude. And I don't know if he's been on any other podcasts, but he seems to, my requirements of here. I want you to preferably be gay and, like gay things. And that's the criteria, really. Please welcome to my show, the one, the only, Mike Gonzalez. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear. I can assure the audience that I am both gay and like gay things. So.
Exactly. You have a whole husband and everything. I mean, look at you.
Yep.
Yeah, I became familiar with you. I mean, probably, I don't even know who followed who first, but, I just know you as a nice, handsome man,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And your husband, of course, as well, because you have him on your Instagram sometimes. You go to the gym, so you keep yourself healthy. Love that for you. That's not me, but okay. But good for you. You're also a connoisseur of horror movies because you are, I mean, you'll plug yourself at the end, obviously, but camp blood counselor, I believe. So it
Sure
makes enough
am.
sense. So I was like, okay, this guy is probably right up my alley, honestly, and I like
Mhm.
that. But yeah, but what I want to know from you though, Mike, is like, I guess, I'll share my history on burlesque in a minute because it's not really that much. But what I want to know is like, when did you first become familiar with this movie? Like, when did you first see it? And like, kind of maybe what were your first thoughts about it, perhaps? And what made you, when I kind of put the call out of like, hey, does anybody want to talk about burlesque? Like, what made you want to maybe come on and talk about it? I'd love to hear about that.
Well, I saw Burlesque opening weekend. 2010, I would have been out for about 3 years. And I love Cher, I love Christina Aguilera. I'm not super fans of either, but it seemed like a pairing that was must see, and it looked like it would be a fun time at the movies. So went to go see it on opening weekend, probably not opening night, but opening weekend, and then has seen it probably a good 15 to 20 times since then. Like this is one of my few go-to movies. They go kind of in this order. There's the Goldie Hawn Overboard. If it starts, I got to stop, finish it. There's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. There's Adam's Family Values, and there's this movie.
That is a murderer's row of good shit. I have not seen you know it's so funny, Mike. I have not seen Overboard. I know. I know. You are you don't he had to literally take a minute and vomit off screen because he couldn't believe it. It's crazy.
Uh,
Like, but it's okay.
it's one of those movies that can only happen in the 80s where
Oh yeah, totally.
you look at what it's really about and you're like, I don't think that's aged particularly well,
Sure.
but
But it's
I
still
really like
fun
them.
though. It's still fun and Goldie Hawn's there. So you know
Yeah.
what? It's all good. Yeah, and then Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead is iconic, obviously. Oh my God. And then also Adam's Family Values, of course, which I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen the first Adam's Family. So I kind of tend to come back to values, and that's what it is. And then this. Why the hell not?
Oh, just to further plug Overboard, Kurt Russell probably has never looked hotter in the movie.
Oh,
And he is
100%.
shirtless. Like he is shirtless a lot. That came out in the late 80s. It was very much a gay awakening role for me because
Mm,
I remember seeing him with his lumberjack flannel on with
right.
his shirt open. I was like, oh, yeah.
Uh,
So
I can only, listen, I can only imagine and remind me because I am an idiot. If I haven't already said it on the show plenty of times, they're like together in real life, obviously, right? It's Kurt Russell and her.
I've never been able to figure out. I mean, that one actress is their daughter, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Kate Hudson,
Kate
right?
Hudson. I don't know if they're still together, but they do seem friendly all the time. They seem like
Y-
they talk still. So
Yeah,
I don't really know. I think,
the big
but
thing is that they aren't married, but I feel like they are together. Do you know what I
they are a
mean?
beautiful couple though in that movie. I
Oh,
mean,
completely. Absolutely. Oh my God. You birthed Kate Hudson? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, talked about her earlier this month with Almost Famous. Shit. I mean, of course. Like,
yeah.
like when your mom's going on, you're like, duh, like what? Anyway, but yeah, I love that though. I
Mhm.
really, my sister also, I think she likes Overboard as well, I believe. And so I'm literally just like, girl, I am making this family. I'm disappointing all of you. It's fine, but whatever. It's whatever. But
Mhm.
I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess my history though, I'd love to hear your history, of course. That was great. But I for me, listen, I just watched this literally earlier this year. Because I was like, well, I've been meaning to see this, I guess. I really didn't know much about it except Christina and Cher are in it, like Christina Aguilera and Cher. I was out of high school by this point. I was just out of high school in my first semester of community college.
Mhm.
And newly I guess I would say like kind of newly out and or about to some maybe I guess. So that was definitely something where like it was me on the precipice, right, of all that. And it's just like, but I definitely didn't see this in the theater. But like I think for myself at least, and we'll talk about it, but like, watching this movie, I was like, oh no, this is like it's such a fun little movie. Like,
Mhm.
is it a good film?
No.
Debatable, right? It doesn't make a ton of sense, but
No.
I'm not that opposed. Like, it's something where I understand the fun of this. I understand that, like, this is a movie that is kind of taking all of the cliches of any of these movies like this, and then it's just another one of those. But I think it does have a bit of a charm to it that I enjoy. And again, we'll talk about that. But yeah,
Mhm.
and I thought it is kind of a little cult movie because for God's sakes, like, it literally has its fans and loves. It is currently having a theater show be made of it, which is interesting
Mhm.
in West End. So, it does have some sort of staying power in some way, shape, or form. And to me, that is kind of a bit of a cult thing because it lasts. It's been 15 years, and
Yeah.
people still are like, oh yeah, remember that one time that Christina and Cher like did a movie together? Like, remember that? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Um, I don't think this is a good movie, but I think it's a really
Right.
good bad movie.
Sure,
And
I
it's
agree.
it's so bad it's good. As we'll discuss, there's some things that are really, really good about it.
There
A-
are.
And then
I do
there's the
think so.
acting. And then there's the acting.
Oh God, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Anyway, but yeah, no, totally. I think that's a good summation. It's a good bad movie. And again, this is not Cabaret or all that jazz, but it's not trying to be, I don't think.
I think it
Um
wants to be a little bit. Just a little
it,
bit.
it
Just a
does.
little bit.
Steve Anton's like, I want it to be, but Steve, baby, I don't think you're as talented of a director as you want to be. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
But anyway, let's get into some of these figures though. So this movie was released Thanksgiving around that time, freaking November 24th, 2010. I just realized that when I saw my figures, I was like, yeah, like this would have been right around Thanksgiving. Good Thanksgiving programming. This comes in at 119 minutes. This is already the first flaw of this movie. Why is this movie 2 hours? What is happening here?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't quite understand. But you know what? Okay, then. If you want to do that, fine. But I definitely was like, yeah, this could be cut down just a little bit, but it's okay. No worries. Um, we have Sony Pictures releasing, and then this budget like boggles my mind. $55 million for this movie. And I'm just like,
How much did Cher get?
where did it go? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how much went to share? Like, that's what I need to know. Like,
And Christina would have demanded a higher salary at this
oh,
point. She was
sure.
right off back to basics, so she was
Oh,
into
yeah.
this was a good time for her.
We got 2 stars, baby. We have two
Hmm.
stars. I'm literally like, but where the hell did the 55 million go? Like, I'm just so confused. Because I'm just like, okay, I'll believe it. But like you said, I think a lot of that came with getting these people in it. Like how much they gave James Rowland, how much they give him. You know what I mean? I
Right.
kind of wonder. You know what I mean? Anyway, but the opening weekend ranking gross of this film was it came in at number 4 with about $14.4 million. Ultimately, in the US and Canada, it made about 39.4 million. Internationally, which I'm not shocked this went internationally, but I also just don't know how like international of an idea burlesque is, where I'd be like I know it obviously started not in America, but like it's one of those things where I was like, how would this fare overseas? But it fared pretty well. It made like $50 million, so that's pretty cool. And then altogether it made about 89.5 million, so we got that. I don't know what else was in the theaters at this time. I think I could probably bring it up. I just don't really feel like it right now, unless you want to, Mike. That's
I'll
totally
look
cool.
it up. I'll
Yeah,
look
go
it
ahead and
up.
look it up. But yeah, do my research and development for me. I appreciate it. No, but we have our critics reviews about out of 178 reviews, we have a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a critic consensus saying campy and cliched, Burlesque wastes its talented cast, including a better than expected Christina Aguilera, on a movie that wavers uncertainly between bad and so bad it's good. And I think that's an apt consensus. And I think, and what of it? Like, like that's kind of what it is for sure. The
You want to
audience
hear the
is,
movie? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, let's hear that. Yeah, I want to hear
Here are
that.
the here were the top movies that weekend.
Let's hear. Let's
Uh,
hear.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yup.
That had been out for a little bit, but it was still number one.
Yes, it
Tangled,
was. Oh,
number
yeah, you're right.
and Unstoppable. I don't even know which one that
I
is.
don't even
It
know what that
sounds like a
is.
Liam Neeson movie of some sort. Let me see.
Probably. It's like one of those things. Who even knows what that
It's
is?
Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. I don't even remember that coming out.
I don't even know what that is, to be
That's not going to be
honest.
on the next episode of
Of Cult Cinema Circle?
no,
No,
I
not
don't
probably
think so.
not. Probably not. Yeah. And then yeah, Burlesque and yeah, just other things going on. But yeah, no, Tangled, that's a good point. And it came out the same day. I'm pretty sure they opened the same time. So yes, girl, that is crazy. I haven't really seen Tangled like that. I know it's many more, but I like the one song in it, the I Have a Dream song. That's fun. But anyway.
I saw it
But
once. I saw it
you saw
once.
once, right.
Yeah.
And then the audiences of this movie gave it a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes with about 50,000 ratings. So again, you kind of have the mix of people who I think enjoy it for being so bad it's good kind of a thing. So,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
there's that. And then it sits at a 3.4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So there's that. And then I think yeah, I don't really know how to contextualize what 2010 was in movies or anything. I really just think if we're even seeing what we're seeing at the box office, this is at the time of I don't really even know. You have a lot of things going on. Harry Potter's winding down, that had been such a big thing.
Pre-MCU everything, probably.
Right in the beginning because
Yeah.
Iron Man came out in 2008, but you're right. This was in its infancy,
Hmm.
really.
Yeah.
It's we're not having this be the biggest thing like this yet. Again, Iron Man came out, maybe a couple other things did. I'm almost certain that maybe one of the X-Men movies came out, like one of the First Class or something came out like a year later or something. So it's yeah, that kind of thing. But you're right, MCU. I think Easy A came out around this time, if
Oh, good.
not.
Good movie.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. But it was so you got a lot of things going on here, and just we're in the new decade, you know what I mean? So we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, man. We really don't. And it was also, I mean, not to sound not to sound old man yells at cloud or whatever, but it was also a tiny bit of a different time. I just
It
don't
was
think
very different.
it was very different. We just maybe we're not as socially and culturally aware of things all the time. So I think that's also to be said. And
More
yeah, it's
optimistic
interesting.
time as well.
I think so too. Yeah, this is the post or in the middle of the intra Obama time, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? We have this going on and so we think all right, everything's on the up and up, right? And
Yeah.
things are cool.
You know what
Um,
this year was really? It was a
what do you
year of
think?
three. It was the year of 3D. Avatar,
That's a
Alice
good
in
point.
Wonderland.
That's a good point.
So some movies that made a lot of money because they had those
Yeah.
3D grosses on it.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a good
yeah.
point, Mike, because
Twilight,
yeah.
Eclipse, and a Harry Potter
Yeah.
movie. So all these different franchises still going
Yeah.
on strong.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because 2009, 2010, baby. Oh, yeah, they loved a 3D movie.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's that. Let's get to a little bit of our cast and our crew, though. So we got to talk about our director, Stephen Anton. Now, I mentioned this to you before, but you may know this already. But Stephen Anton is the brother of Robin Anton. I don't know if you know who Robin Anton is, but she is the person who pretty much created the Pussycat Dolls back when it wasn't a band. It was just a collection of people doing, I guess, burlesque in Los Angeles. So that makes enough sense, I guess. So that's her brother that did this for her, or directed this for her. Yeah, and by this point, the Pussycat Dolls were an actual band at this point by now. And I don't know, it's one of these things where it's or actually it was 2 years before I think they had founded the Pussycat Dolls Burlesque Review. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's that kind of thing happening. But it's one of those things where it's also Steve also is known as an actor. He is Troy from the Goonies. He's the bully in that.
Mhm.
He was in, I don't remember his name, but he was the friend to Lawrence Monason in the he gets Franklin pregnant in The Last American Virgin, and all that. Like, he plays kind of the asshole that she ends up, at being with at the end. So, he's done like some acting in his, like, although he was not a teenager, he was like fully in his 20s when he was doing those, playing a teenager, but there's that. But
Like
yeah,
many of them do.
like many of them do, but very much him, like, because people love the Goonies a lot and everything like that. But I was also like, yeah, but when you look at his age, it's like, he was fully like 20 something, like very much so, which is just very funny to kind of see. But either way, it's one of those things where, but who would think that, like, he could be a good director, I guess, and this kind of just shows that, I mean, he probably didn't completely have an idea of what the hell he was doing, but he was doing this as kind of a way to, help his sister out, I guess someone somewhere was interested in wanting to make a movie of this, somehow, some way. And so why not? Like, let's do that. Right. So that was kind of interesting, but he did write and direct this. So if anything, some of the shortcomings that this movie might have comes from the fact that, I mean, this guy isn't a very like seasoned director, nor is he a seasoned writer. So a lot of this kind of makes sense to me. So
Very much.
Absolutely. We then have Christoph Beck, who is our composer. He actually did the music for Frozen, which is maybe it's just funny because I guess he would have met Kirsten Bell if he hadn't already worked with her before on this, who would then be end up being Anna, of course, in Frozen. He also worked on the Pitch Perfect movies as well. So I think he worked on the first one. I'm pretty sure he probably worked on another one as well, but he's one of the composers. Our cinematographer, so our DP, is Bojan Bazelli. He actually shot a bunch of different things, but most notably, I don't know if I think maybe we can give him the distinction of being the blue tint guy from The Ring, because he did shoot The Ring, which is kind of fun. I don't know if that goes to him or the editor, but they can have a dual award for that. Okay. And he also shot the Hairspray 2007 little musical remake they did. So, this is just him doing it again with another kind of musical. And then our editor is Virginia Katz. She did Dreamgirls, so she edited Dreamgirls, and she also edited Twilight Breaking Dawn as well. So she did a Twilight movie, which is kind of fun.
It is.
Yeah. Is there anybody else that you wanted to shout out or anything from the like the crew or anybody like that before we kind of move into what our I guess what our cast was?
I've always been somebody who's more concerned about like the actors and all that. So sadly, no. But it's interesting to hear this. It really is.
Yeah, totally. I'm trying to see if there's anybody in particular. One of the things I thought was just interesting, I guess Michael Kaplan is the one who did the costumes, so that's kind of nice. He actually did Fight Club and some of the Star Wars newer movies that they did. It's kind of nice. He also did Blade Runner, which is kind of cool too, and Seven.
Say what you want about the movie, the costumes are into the dance scenes are pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like the look of the dance scenes are also really good. That's where this movie shines. So the cinematographer, like everyone involved in that. Great job. You guys nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And even some of our, like, Denise Faye is one of our choreographers. She had worked on like Memoirs of a Geisha and We're the Millers apparently too, which is kind of fun. But yeah, having some different people in here who are just, doing different things, and all that stuff. So for sure. One of the things I definitely noticed though is when I was looking through earlier today, I was kind of noticing that, like, they didn't have like a burlesque consultant on this movie, from what I understand. And I was just like, okay, like, I just thought it was interesting that, like, you call a movie burlesque, but you don't have anybody who is a burlesque person. Like, you never got a consult. Where where'd the $55 million go? Like, you couldn't have brought anybody in to, like, maybe, but it's okay. Yeah, whatever.
That one little scene with Alan Cumming and the two dancers are probably the closest it
Oh my
gets.
God.
That little like throwaway scene that's
That
barely being used.
Oh,
Yeah.
completely. That in the scene where it's when Christina is singing and it like she gets down to like being naked, I guess, kind of, and like the
Yes.
microphones are like covering her boobs or whatever, or
Yes.
that kind of shit. I was like, that feels burlesque to me, kind of.
Yeah,
And well,
it's definitely playing around with
right.
hiding the body parts behind
Oh yeah, yeah,
fans and
yes.
shit.
So that's why I was kind of like, yeah, but you're totally right. It's literally just like when Alan Cumming, the door bitch, and those two people, I'm just like, he's just doing the MC. Like, which he has played, obviously. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's just very funny to me. But yeah, I just kind of noticed that too. I was just like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. I got it. You
My
know?
my husband says that's like it's called burlesque, but there's no burlesque in it. And I'm like,
Oh, not at all. Like, and it's just, it's funny. It's just, yeah, it's so weird. But as you stated, you're a little bit more into these actors. I totally agree. Yeah, we got to talk about some of these people. We got good old Cher. We got Cher, whatever her name is, her full
snap
name.
out of it. Yeah.
Snap out of it. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. Just
amazing.
reference her in Drag Race and you'll move on to the next round, you know?
I do particularly enjoy, how I believe in some of the videos online with Trixie and Katya, Trixie just has the character of homophobic Cher, and I just like that. I just think it's very funny. Like, it's just like, why do they give you so in your face about it? Like, that kind of stuff. It's so stupid, and I love it because honestly, yeah, why not? Like, fuck it. Like, she's earned it.
Yeah, the
But
thing
yeah.
about Cher in this movie is
Hmm.
she hadn't been in anything in a while. Nothing that
Hmm.
you would have remembered. I think like I looked, Tea with Mussolini was like
Yeah.
10 years prior. So
Right.
for me growing up, like Gen Xer that I am,
Oh
I
yeah.
saw her in so many things in the 80s. And
Right.
then she kind of, was not really there
Hmm.
in the movies like she was in the 80s. And then when this came, I was like, take notice. She's
Hmm.
back in a big movie with a prime role. So I mean
Right.
that was very exciting.
Totally, totally. I mean, we got an Oscar winner here. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, she, is a decent enough actress. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like you got someone good here. But yeah, so we have her, Christina Aguilera, who really at this point is known for being obviously Christina Aguilera, being whether she was the teen pop person, in the
Mhm.
late 90s into the 2000s, but then also doing the normal Disney kid route and also becoming dirty and a
Mhm.
little controversial and whatever. But also it's like, yeah, like, but also understanding that, like, well, she does have a little bit of chops. She was in on the Mickey Mouse Club for nothing, everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So she can do a little something, something. And being able to get someone like her behind this to also be the like executive music producer as
Mhm.
well, like to be able to be like, oh, if anything, these songs are gonna eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for sure. So, but yeah, I don't really even know where Christina. You said she had just done Back to Basics, I believe.
Yeah, so we had just seen a different side of her, a little bit more serious side.
Hmm.
Everyone was loving this kind of throwback era she had
Yes,
done. So like Burlesque felt like the right role to come when she
totally.
still got this era, if you will, going on. And
Hmm.
you're right, the soundtrack is good. It's like Xanadu.
It
Not a good movie,
is.
but man, is it a good soundtrack.
God, is
Both
that a good
great,
soundtrack?
but both so bad it's good. Both of them.
Oh, 100%. Oh my God. Like Olivia Newton-John just dancing with Gene Kelly. Like, what are we even
Mhm.
doing? Like, what's happening here? Don't worry, everybody. It's on the list. I plan to do it at some point. We'll see. Um, it'll be a good time. Oh, so good. Yeah. Then we have Kristen Bell, who, as I stated already, would end up going to be the little sister in Frozen, which is fun. But at this point, she would have been known, obviously, for, well, mostly Veronica Mars because she had done that show already. She was also is a musical person, though, because she is Mary Sue or Mary something or other in Reefer Madness the musical, which is fun. She's like the kind of little female in it, which is fun, alongside Christian Campbell, Nev's brother.
Mhm.
So yeah, good times. I mean, like, but Kristen Bell is always whether she's hawking whatever I don't think she's the one who does Priceline. I think that's Kaylee Cuoco. But
Yeah,
you
it is.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, whether she's hawking some random thing at us, right? On the TV, or she's just being Kristen Bell. Like, I can't help but generally enjoy her. Some people don't like her husband, I guess, but I don't know. I still like her. And she's talented. You can't say
Mhm.
she's not talented. My God.
I would say she was also at this time, we knew her from Veronica Mars, and she'd
Yeah.
been struggling, I think, in my point of view, struggling to really find something good. She was in Heroes for like
Oh
half a
yeah, like
season
a
as
quick
the
thing.
electric bad girl or whatever, having sex with Zachary Quinto.
Oh, of course.
Um,
Yeah. As you do.
but as you do, but I felt like she was still trying, like this was before it get really good for her with Frozen, of course. But
Yeah.
I was excited to see her in this because she's she's one of the best things about this movie.
I would agree. I think she knows exactly what kind of movie she's in.
Exactly. One of the few.
She really does. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's playing the bitch.
Mhm,
She is not Veronica Mars anymore with her little
mhm,
blonde hair. She's got a brunette hair now.
mhm.
Yeah, I kind of see that, like, and it's probably really fun for her because she gets to play this bitch.
It's a
Like,
juicy role for her.
it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, and again, you are very right. This is one of the times where I'm like, yep, that is exactly what makes sense to me.
Hmm.
We then have our kind of antagonists a little bit. We have Eric Dane playing, I don't even fucking remember what his name is. But he's Eric Dane.
McSteamy.
There you go. Yes, that
No, every
guy.
time, oh, it's McSteamy on the.
Yes, yes. I mean, he's very hot. And of course, we have to acknowledge, of course, that he is currently, dealing with ALS. I believe he's now wheelchair bound.
Mhm.
So I mean, say what you will about McSteamy or not, but I mean, the best to him and his children and Rebecca Gayheart, obviously,
Yeah.
because that's gotta
He's
fucking
married to
suck.
Rebecca Gayheart.
They were separated for many
Oh,
years, yes,
oh,
but
and she's got back to. I remember
and
reading that.
she just got they just got back together, like, officially. But they have children together. They've had
Mhm.
children together. So yeah, totally.
A few months ago, I got into this big Rebecca Gayheart kick. She is she's the best thing about urban legends, in my
Oh,
opinion.
1,000%.
Uh,
You are in the right place for
and
this,
then
babe.
like I saw some other movies she was in. Like I had never seen. Don't hate me. I had never seen Jawbreaker.
It's okay.
But I just like her. She has a presence about her in movies
Yeah.
that she transcends the material in some way. Great in those Noxema commercials.
Oh, right, exactly. And she may or may not have accidentally hit a kid in the early 2000s and had vehicular manslaughter, and that did happen. However, she feels very bad about it, and she literally was even suicidal about it at one time. So let's give her at least something of, like, hey, it's not right, but goddamn, I mean, her as a mother, I mean, for God's sakes, like, that's crazy. But I do agree with you that I think, like, there's a reason. Obviously she was a model because she's gorgeous and
Mhm.
still looks great to this day. Like, I
Yes.
don't care what anybody says. Like, that's the Rebecca Gayheart baby. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's just that, but it's everything. And like you said, she has this presence where I'm just like, it's kind of great. Like,
Yeah.
Urban Legends, that's her movie. I mean, I love you, Alicia Witt. Do not get me wrong, I love you, Alicia Witt. I follow you on Instagram. You seem like a lovely person. And I love you. You were in a John Waters movie. Like, that's awesome. That movie is not yours. That is Rebecca Gayheart's.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Agree, agree.
Just be clear. So there's that. It's like that, Scream 2 and Jawbreaker. They're all kind of interesting. And, I can't help but like her. And yes, Eric Dane is now, they're kind of all officially back together. They were separated for many, many years. So there's that. But and then the youths would know him as what is that guy? I think it's Jacob Elordi. Is he the one from Euphoria? Or one of those guys from
Yeah,
Euphoria?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he plays. So Eric Dane's his dad in the show, and so his dad was also a creep and sleeping with underage guys, like boys. I think
Mhm.
that was the whole thing. I did not watch Euphoria. I'm just
Oh,
tangentially
I'm sorry.
aware.
I said yes to that. I don't even know. I know that guy from
He's one of those, right?
Saltburn. That's what I know him from is
No, no, no.
Saltburn.
You're right. You're right. I'm trying to remember because all of these handsome men get sort of in my brain, right? So I'm trying to remember if Jacob Elordi specifically is from Euphoria. I feel like he is. Please comment and tell me if he is or not. Like send me a DM.
I'm
or
looking.
whatever.
I'm looking.
Yeah, go ahead and look because it's one of those handsome guys. But I know that Eric Dane is his father in the show, and one of the things is like he would be hooking up with like
Yes,
underage
he was in
boys.
it. He was in
Yeah. So I knew it was like one of those handsome guys. I knew that. So I was like, okay, it's one of those. He's Frankenstein now. It's a whole thing. So anyway, but yeah, but Eric Dane does play like a good douchey sleazy bastard in this, where works for me, if anything.
Easy on the ice.
Easy on the eyes, for sure. And then we have Stanley Tucci, who I like a Stanley Tucci. I ain't gonna lie. Like
he's playing the more fun, more gay version character from The Devil's Wears Prada. Like this is a more fun version of that character, but he's not too far off either. And he gets a shirtless scene, and I wasn't mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either. And he also gets a scene where, he was sleeping with some guy, and that's always nice. So I'm not mad at that either. Like I am more than okay with it. So yeah, but we love Stanley Tucci. He was, of course, of Devil's Wears Prada. He got Oscar nominated for The Lovely Bones. All of that stuff. He's in Easy A, I believe. He just shows up in all the places.
He's in a lot of good movies, playing a lot of different roles.
He is, yeah. I like it. It's good. But yeah, so those are our kind of our characters we have.
You forgot.
Well,
you forgot.
You gotta tell me who else there is.
You forgot the love interest, Cam
Gijon Day or something.
Gijon Day, the one from Twilight, part 1. Yeah, that's the love interest character.
Yes.
I don't really know his name. He shows his ass in this movie. So
he does show his ass in this movie, which is really nice. I just watched an episode of CSI that was his first episode of Thing ever, which was interesting, and he drowns. So that was kind of fun.
He's Jack in this.
Jack, yes. We'll talk about Jack. About Jack. But yes, Cam Gijon. So he's in this movie. He is from I think he was in Jack and Bobby on WB and shows up. He's from Twilight movie, I think. I believe he's also in The Covenant. I think he is. I'm almost certain he is.
He's got the abs for it, right?
I know, right? Like he's somebody who I'm like, he's in that movie, I think. So yes, he's one of those people that I think my buds from the Movies That Made Us Gay, when they covered Burlesque, it was very much one of those things where it's like, he's one of these guys who, in the 2000s was trying to, and I just don't ever really think went that much with casting, I guess, which is fair.
He's in Violent Night.
He is. You're right.
So I have seen him recently in something. I was like, did he just disappear? I forget. Yes.
No, you would think he would have. You would have thought he would have, or he would have showed up on Riverdale or something. No, I totally get it. But no, he was in Violent Night. I haven't seen that though. It's the David Harbour Santa movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to watch that. I need to watch that.
I know people don't like. It's fun.
I know people don't like David Harbour like that right now. I don't know what's happening, but
listen to the Lily Allen album, you find out.
Yeah. Him and Lily Allen were together, weren't they?
I remember that happened. I was like, we're gonna find out a lot of stuff about you that we don't want us to know. There's gonna be a tell-all album at some point, and there was. So.
Oh, lordy. Wow. Anyway.
But. Cam in this movie, we're gonna have a talk about.
We'll talk about Jack because I don't know how I feel about him, but that's a whole other story. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Is there anybody else on the cast that you wanted to shout out before we kind of move into the production history or breaking down some of the plot and characters?
There's barely any other characters. Coco, you forgot Coco.
I know, right?
They mention Coco so many times in that movie. And yet she's not in it very much.
Not at all.
They reference her. What about Coco? Are you thinking about Coco? I'm like, I don't know. You haven't really. The only thing I saw her do was invite her to go get pizza.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. We also have Diana Agron, who shows up for 3 minutes in this movie. She was on Glee, Yes. Good for her, Peter Gallagher's in this movie. Oh, yeah. Peter Gallagher up in this movie. And even Julianne Hough, she's doing a little something here and there. So, yeah, there's that for sure. But as I kind of already stated, this movie really came about because Robin Anton had created the Pussycat Dolls, all that kind of fun stuff. And Christina Aguilera was one of the performers that would come up on stage with them and whatever. And Steve had directed some of those shows that they had done. So the first outline of this little screenplay they wanted to do was written by, I believe it was Steven and also Clint Culpepper, who was the Scream Gems president. And it was about a girl who was escaping her life, showing up in a neo burlesque bar and launching her career as a performer and blah, 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 right? So, we have that going on. So they were just deciding, all right, let's fucking do this. Cher accepted the role because she wanted to sing in a movie and it thought it'd be her last opportunity to do so. But it's never a comeback. It's never a farewell tour. Ever.
You haven't seen the last of her.
You haven't seen the last of her, okay? Goddamn. While on the film set, though, she did praise Christina Aguilera's acting ability, saying she was keeping up and she was hot. I mean, it was like she was really up there. Her game is good. It's coming from an Oscar winner. You know what I mean? Like, amazing. Yeah, she's doing her best, right? Instead of Cam Gijonde, we could have almost had Sean Roberts in this movie, who had just been in Resident Evil Afterlife. So he was considered. I don't know the Resident Evil movies, so
he's not the twin of Iceman, is he? Like, remember Iceman?
No. I know who you're talking about. No, you're thinking of Aaron and Sean Ashmore.
Okay, Sean. I saw Sean. I was like, oh, the twins from
No. You're correct. It's not that. Sean Roberts, for those who may not know, if you're a Degrassi fan, he is the guy that date raped Paige back in the day. For anybody who is interested in Degrassi. But he's also shown up in other things. He's been in Resident Evil. He was on an episode of Goosebumps back in the 90s. Doing things here and there, And I honestly think I'm like, he could have played this role. Like, I mean, he's kind of built, like not built as built as Cam maybe, but like still built. Like he still looks good now. Like, it's a good time. It's a good time. But so we got that, and and nothing too crazy about, the production of this movie that I can think of. I can only imagine that, like, however much they shot this or however long it went over from November of 2009 to about March of 2010. So got that going on. And at this point, I think without the Resident Evil movies, this was one of the most expensive movies I think Scream Gems ever did, apparently, which kind of makes sense to me. Like, you're having these two powerhouses, be in this movie. So that makes enough sense. And it was just shot all around LA. But I guess if you had to explain though, Mike, like we're already into the episode, but like if you maybe had to explain what like Burlesque is about, like how would you describe what this movie is? Like how would you pitch it, I guess?
Well, Burlesque is about a young lady named Allie. She is from middle of nowhere, Iowa, population 200.
Right.
Who decides almost on a whim, it feels like, to steal some money from the till.
Yes.
Because it's hers, but I didn't see the receipts.
Right.
And then rush off to LA because, of course, the
That's
money you made as a waitress and under your bed was enough to fund a unlimited stay in LA.
Oh, we will talk about it.
And then she comes across a amazing burlesque show in this amazing nightclub, like with a full band and about 1 million dancers and a bar, and she just wants to become a burlesque performer, and she, being the opportunist she is, because she's kind of an opportunist, makes her way and becomes the star of the show.
Yeah, pretty much. As we already kind of mentioned, like this is very much take any like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young lady coming from middle of nowhere and showing up in the big city, quote unquote, and like they ascend to the top of whatever the fuck the field is, and then they have some conflict. And then it all comes, crashing down a little bit, but then it all ties up in a bow at the end, I guess. And
the funny thing is the conflict isn't hers.
No.
her Allie in the middle of this movie is in no danger of anything.
Yeah, exactly.
The conflict is with Tess, who is Cher, the owner of the nightclub.
Totally, absolutely. So yeah, we're following Allie, but then we're also kind of having some stuff with Tess. We're having stuff with Nikki too. So it's just kind of interesting in that way. But yeah, I guess if anything too, like so yeah, that's the basic plot or whatever. We could talk about some scenes, I'm sure. But like I guess if you had to we'll go through some of these characters because like I said, I have thoughts, and I'm sure you have thoughts too. So as you stated, you see Allie as kind of an opportunist, but what else do you think of her when you think of Allie, I guess? I want to know like
Allie,
what are your thoughts?
okay, so I've thought about this movie a lot. A
Yeah.
lot. Like I've been seeing it nonstop for 15 years now, you know?
Right, exactly.
She is the more talented, slightly less annoying cousin of Nomi Malone. But
Sure.
nowhere near as entertaining to watch either.
I
But
know.
Allie's extremely talented.
Yes.
But oh my God, when she thinks she needs to tell you something, it is like, shut the hell up,
I
please.
know,
She
right?
is she always frames it that what like the scene. Okay, I in Showgirls when Nomi Malone starts throwing the French fries and the shake.
Right.
There's nothing like that in this movie, sadly. But what it
Nah.
is Allie having this like yelling at people and why aren't you giving me a chance? And didn't anyone give you a chance? And why can't you open this door?
Yeah,
And she's almost not taking a breath through any of it. And it's just like, why is anyone willing to even talk to you? Why didn't they just throw you out?
I know.
She's a little entitled from the minute she gets to that burlesque show. She's like, I deserve to be on that stage. It's like, who are you?
Oh,
Where'd you come
right.
from? Does she have the talent? Yes. She also has the mutant ability of sing a dance once and
Hmm.
memorizing it, apparently.
Right.
So, she's an interesting character because I don't think she's the most likable
Right.
person, even though she seems nice, even though she's clearly talented.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. And you had to say Christina Aguilera does not know how to act, sadly.
Right, right.
Lady Bunny once said she couldn't act her way into a paper bag in this movie. It's just the character has nothing really that positive. Like, there's a sob story. Okay, your mom. Okay, but I don't know. She just she's not the most likable character, even though she
Right.
really doesn't do anything to make you dislike her.
Yeah.
She also just doesn't seem. Yeah, that's what I would say about Allie, is there's
Yeah.
something off with the character.
I would agree. She's just somebody who I'm not really into likable characters that much anyway. I don't need them to be likable. However, I feel like, again, it's one of those things where it's coming to big city and you're trying to get in and you're trying to make this happen and whatever. But again, it's like we only know so much about you,
Mhm,
like what is like your backstory? Like, do you have any backstory? All we know is that you don't have a family, I guess,
mhm.
or whatever. So I'm just sort of like, you know, again, she's got gumption, I guess, right? Definitely
Yeah.
has that, but it's something where I'm like, you know, and again, everything kind of works out for her in the end, I guess, but it's one of
She,
those things. Yeah,
she knows when to take her shot. That's the best thing I could say.
absolutely.
Like, there's times she is not afraid to get what she wants, and she knows when she
Yes,
needs to go for it. And hey,
right.
that's great.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think like, she's like a little bit like she's not innocent, but she's a little I don't know. She's a little bit naive, perhaps. I don't know, because
She's
she
not, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
doesn't know about like Eric Dane's like, sort of his what he wants, kind of a thing to really get from this kind of relationship that they're having. So yeah, it's just like yeah, I don't know. Like there's only so much I can really think to say about her, really.
She
Yeah.
she is both naive, but also able to see through his bullshit very easily from the beginning.
That's true. That's
So
true.
it's like this character that, again, like at the end, she it feels like she's also using Eric Dane's character at the end
Hmm.
to maybe escape a bad situation. She knows who to use to get out of bad situations. I
I
will
can
say that
agree.
about her.
I can agree. Yeah. But yeah, so we're following her, if anything.
Mhm.
I guess if anything too, like how would we kind of like when we think of Tess, like what do you think of the owner of the Burlesque Lounge? Good old Tess.
Test. I mean, this is Cher playing Cher. Let's not
Obviously.
kid ourselves.
Not at all.
But the difference between Cher and Christina is Cher knows how to command your attention.
Yeah.
You just love seeing her. You love seeing her just spout her lines. Her two music numbers are pretty good.
Yes, yes.
But she does have vulnerability. Like the vulnerability that Allie doesn't seem to have,
Hmm.
Tess does because she is desperate to keep this bar open.
Hmm.
That's the love of her life is this bar. And she
Right.
has her little gay best friend to help her out.
You're right.
But this is what's most important for her is how does she keep this bar open? Maybe if you didn't have, I don't know, such a large payroll with such a
Right.
large, like this would be a very expensive bar to keep up.
Oh my God. It's just there are so many plot holes of why Tess should just never
Yeah.
run a business ever. Like it's
It's just
just
like you don't have money, but you have a full band, at least 10 burlesque performers, who knows how many
uh-huh.
servers, all these outfits, all these sets, and there's a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
Costumes, even though there's a little bit do-it-yourself to it.
Yeah.
Um, there's a
'Cause
lot of upkeep to this bar.
yeah, absolutely. And you're already like I don't know what exactly happened to like get you in the place where you now have to get $500,000 to like make this happen. Like I don't know, but it's just like this thing of yeah, but Tess, like you said, I do think she does have some sort of vulnerability.
Mhm.
We all know that Cher has been to the dentist many of times, right? And so does can she emote very well? Um, that's debatable. However, she does have that vulnerability though. And
Mhm.
you can believe that she's just like, God, I don't want to lose this place.
Mhm.
And she wants to be able to keep the dream alive, I guess, right? And I can believe it in some way.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a good businesswoman, I will say that. But like if
No.
anything, like she wants to keep this place and that's kind of what she's supposed to want, I guess, or
Th-
whatever.
That's one of my favorite things about this, because I back at this time I would have been a foreclosure manager for a certain bank.
Oh yes, yes.
And so when I'm hearing them talk, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Just
Right.
like I don't know, she's managed to get herself into a balloon payment and two mortgages and foreclosure and da, 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 da. It's like there's a lot of terms thrown in. The timeline of this movie
It's
is it
crazy.
is it a month? Is it 6 months? Is it 2 weeks? I don't
I
know.
have no clue.
It seems like it would take a long time for Little Miss Allie to first off see all the performances and then
Right.
to memorize all the performances. But the whole
Oh my
movie,
God.
they're fighting against a deadline that seems imminent, but
Right.
also long enough to develop Allie into a superstar. So
Exactly. So it's like, so are they foreclosing on you or not? Because I feel like places, you know, yeah, like they try to get that shit kind of TikTok. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
when if they're gonna foreclose on your house, they're not gonna always drag the process out. You can. I mean, you could,
Mhm.
but like I don't think financiers and banks and stuff like that, financial institutions, they want to kind of get this shit together because, maybe they can make new property or whatever. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I don't know. It's like a whole thing. Yeah. But no, I feel you with Tess. Like, bad businesswoman. She cares about her art. She cares about this place. She doesn't want to lose it. But,
I think she cares
yeah.
about the performers. I do
She
believe that.
does. She does. I would
She gives
believe
tough
so.
love when needed to
She do.
Nikki.
She do. She do. You're right. You're right.
She has not turned her back on Nikki until like the very end when
Right.
when Nikki's clearly been abusing her
Right.
good graces. But yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Now, I want to know what you think of, I guess his actual name is John, but he goes by Jack, who is Cam.
Jack from Kentucky.
Free from Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah.
What you think of Jack? What do you think of him? Because I have thoughts.
He is the pretty face that so Jack is the
The
bartender
bartender.
that
Mhm.
Allie first meets and helps her like get acquainted with the bar
Yeah,
and
yeah.
soon becomes her roommate because Allie comes to him and says, I need a place to stay after she's been broken into.
Right,
He
exactly.
has a fiance. She thought he was gay, even though he gives no gay vibes
No,
the entire
just
movie.
guyliner. That's really it.
Christina has is a bit transphobic and does not have any gaydar. We know that from the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do you expect from someone from Iowa?
Right, exactly.
So she ends up having a like they decide to become roommates
Hmm.
until she gets on her feet. I don't know. Again, how long is this? Who knows? Why wasn't she able to get her an apartment? Who knows? But
Right,
he is
exactly.
both in love with her and apparently has a fiance who is just, a bitch.
Yeah.
And self-centered and poor little Jack. Is he poor little Jack? I don't know.
Yeah.
He is a loser. You could probably say that.
Eh,
He wants to be a writer who is too busy being a bartender.
yeah, he's somebody who, in my opinion, like, and this is no shade to him, but like, he wants to be the songwriter, he wants to pursue this, and that's a lot of people,
Mhm.
obviously. And I'm
In
not
LA. That's a lot of
in
people in
LA.
LA. Yeah.
Absolutely, right, exactly. But the thing with it too is that, like, I think for me with him is that I kind of don't think that him and Allie have much chemistry at all. Um, they just don't. And so I'm just sort of like, so by the end of this, where, they end up together and he literally left Diana Agron for you. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, but for why though? Like, for what? Like, I just, I feel like Allie could have been just fine all by herself. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? She's
Yeah.
learned all these things. She's gotten to be able to live this dream of hers, and it's really great. Why does she need a man at the end? Like, I just don't quite get it. And this man, like, you
Yeah.
really, like, because he honestly lied to you.
Mhm.
He literally was like, oh, you told me it was over with her, blah blah blah. So you're just a liar, Jack.
Why
I
do
mean,
you Okay, there's another thing. Why do you need to get with someone the minute they break off their engagement? That is it.
also that
Oh,
too.
I'm 5 minutes not engaged. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Like,
Oh my God. Now, granted, I liked seeing Cam Day's butt. Like,
yeah,
obviously, of
and
course
his
we did.
cookies and
And his cookies,
yeah.
of course. But like, but the thing is that this character, to me, I'm just like, why are you so useless in this? Like, the movie could cut you out and I
Mhm.
literally would be like totally fine with it. Like, I do not care about this character like
Mhm.
at all.
So
you know
here's the other thing, and I think we should address it.
sure,
A few of these people can act in this on their own.
sure.
Cher, Stanley Tucci, Kristen Bell,
Hmm.
they
Yeah,
can self-direct because they probably had to.
right, exactly.
Christina and Cam are so unwatchable in some of these scenes. The
Yeah,
acting, and I say that in quotes, is bad. And especially when they're together, a lot of it doesn't work. And
right.
again, you say like Cam isn't, there's some of the lines he's like, yeah, yeah.
I
What are you
just
playing, Jack? A song. Did you just write it? Yeah. When are you going to do it? It's not ready yet. And it's almost like that. Like there's no chemistry, but there's also, these are the two worst actors
hmm
in the film. And unlike Christina Aguilera, who has given it her all in the
who can
great music
perform.
numbers where she is shining, you have no spot to shine other than, hey, I'm naked.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what it is. Cause I literally was just like, yeah, because if anything, I was kind of like Eric Dane is supposed to be the villain, and he is to a point, but I'm also like, yeah, but at least Eric Dane can like act. Like,
Yeah.
I'll at least give him that.
Eric
Like,
Dane is 50-50 in this movie to me.
sure, but it's also not a big part about him. But
No,
like,
no.
but to me, I'm like, but at least you can like kind of act. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, you weren't
Cam is
McSteamy for
bad.
nothing.
Cam is bad in this movie. And
Right.
think about it also. Am I really supposed to believe this bartender wannabe songwriter has a fiance who is apparently a successful stage actress of some sort in
Right.
New York and the up and coming music sensation of LA?
Right.
Like, no, you don't. What are you bringing to this outside of your
Also,
ass? What are you bringing to this
what are
relationship?
you bringing to this? And then also, like, how the hell are you affording this little apartment? Like, what is
Mhm.
going on here? Like, I am so
Tess
confused.
pays a lot of money.
She must, because literally I'm like, girl, it's also right next to a bus stop, apparently. You
Mhm.
noticed that as
Mhm.
well? I was just like, the bus stop was like right in front of his
He has a little
house.
motorcycle,
I was
like,
like, okay, okay, what are we doing
yeah.
here? Like, it's just, yeah, I kind of didn't care that much about Jack, to be perfectly honest. And I literally
Mhm.
was like, why does the romance have to even be a part of this? Like, I don't even need this to be in here. Like, it's just don't really care at all. That
Yeah.
was just not. I guess let's also, before we talk about Marcus, who is Eric Dane, we can talk about him a little bit, but I want to hear what your thoughts are on Nikki, I guess.
Oh, Nikki, the absolute probably my favorite character in this movie.
I
She
like her.
comes in, Nikki, why are you late? Paws and claws. Like she
Yeah.
is delivering in this movie a
Yeah.
delicious villain. She looks fantastic. Her
Great. Yeah.
performances are actually pretty good for some of that. I don't think we ever saw her perform like that before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because in the few music numbers she does have, she is definitely like all eyes on me.
Hmm.
Um, I love that scene she has with Tess when she's I slept with your husband on your wedding day. You like and
Nikki,
she's
don't drive.
like I just love her scenes. Don't touch my stuff. Like I just
Yeah.
is she a bitch? Absolutely. Is
Hmm.
she mean? Yes. Is she conniving and
Hmm.
manipulative and will sabotage the whole show to try to get her way? Yes, she
Right.
does. And we love her for that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at her for it. I think if anything, she is this kind of interesting foil to Allie, right? Being the girl who's fresh off the bus, literally. And so it's one of those things where I can kind of see that maybe at one time, like, I don't think that Nikki was Allie. Maybe like to a point she might have been, but it was definitely something where she's kind of worked her way up. She's, earned her dues or whatever kind of
She
a
was on the
thing.
poster of it
Right.
was they list of girls and it was Nikki front and center of that,
Hmm.
like her only image. And she's been booted out in a minute. Now she's an
Right.
alcoholic. She's late.
Right.
She's earned what happened to her. But
Hmm.
yeah, she's a, I love this role. And
Yeah.
I'm glad Kristen Bell has done this because it looked like she was having a lot of fun with the character.
I think she probably was. And like it, yeah, I think this character, if anything, there's only so much depth to her, but I do think that the character she gets to play is an interesting one. And I think that,
Much needed one.
she's much needed. Like, yes, because
Imagine if she wasn't in this movie. Oh.
oh God. God. And also, fun little fact, one of her numbers that she did was actually sung by Megan Mullally, which is fun.
Oh wow, which was it, the Dr.
I
John
think it
song?
I think it might have been actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, but I'm almost certain that yeah, one of them because Megan Mullally is a singer. But
Mhm.
yeah, that makes enough sense to me. Like
Yeah,
great
makes
for her.
sense. Yeah.
And then I guess also to kind of round out our characters, like, do you have any thoughts on Marcus that you can kind of share that you thought of?
Marcus is also one that seems half good in the acting role and half bad.
Sure.
Like when Tessa's telling him like you must have not had any friends in the play box, and he goes, "I did okay." Like what?
Right. You're just like, what does
See you
that
in the
even
play
mean?
box. Like wow, that was pretty bad. But like when he's you know driving around alley to his own house for his own party. Like
Right.
he's charming and rascally and absolutely good looking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the charisma, he's got this thing, and then also having this sort of like understanding of how LA works and how to be successful in this town and all of this kind of stuff. And I think that could be very alluring to somebody who is again fresh off of the bus. And also someone like Nikki, who again is like, well, of course he's so handsome. Like, why wouldn't I also date him too, you know?
Yeah, we never really see what really the like.
Transpired
Apparently,
with
he was
them.
dating Nikki before he just left her real quick for Allie. We
Hmm.
never really see true fallout from that.
Right.
The other thing about Marcus is, you know, again, we're going to talk about what they have him do. He really is giving a everyone can kind of win situation. Because if
Yeah.
he was a truly villainous role, he would wait for it to go to auction and then buy it, and they get nothing. He
Right.
was willing to the very last minute give them enough money to really start their life again.
Yeah.
So is he a slimy character? Yes, but he could have been slimy-er, I guess.
Yeah, totally. I can agree with that too, where it's like, he's slimy because he's like rich, and
Hmm.
a lot of rich people just have that slime to them in a way for whatever reason sometimes. But I also think, yes, it is something where, he could have, he wasn't being the super bad guy. It just maybe underhanded in some
Hmm.
way. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, but they were at least, I guess Allie was smart enough in a way to know, like, once she learned about what air rights were, she was able to kind of then go to James Brolin and be like, hey, like, I think we could, use this to our advantage pretty much, which they did. So it's just kind of
That
like,
whole scene
yeah,
is ridiculous. That whole scene is
loved
ridiculous.
it though.
They just
Loved it.
bust in on this,
Right across the street.
yeah, billionaire's office. Just bust in and say,
Yeah,
"Hey, we got an offer." And Christina's like, "Yeah, I would listen to her. I would listen to her. Listen to everything she
exactly.
says." It's just ridiculous, and I love
Oh
it.
my God.
I
I
love
love
it.
it. It's great. They brought in James Brolin. They were like, pull you away from Barbara Streisand for just a little bit. And we're gonna make this happen, man. It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, that kind of worked for me. But yeah, no, I think definitely like the summation of some of these characters, you're just like, again, you kind of have the archetype. Again, you have these like the girl fresh off of the bus, so that you have the seasoned entertainer who's trying to keep her club, and then you got the love interest who, is like helping the new girl
Mhm.
around, and then they fall in love, I guess, but he
Yeah.
has a secret and like all this sort of stuff. Then you have the bitch, all this kind of
Mhm.
stuff. So it's like that's what's happening. And again, it's very like it's very screenwriter 101, obviously, of like
Yeah.
trying to get this. So for
And
sure.
let's not forget Stanley Tucci, who's
Oh
again one of the other bright
yes.
spots of this movie. Does the character have any sort of storyline outside of
Not at all.
maybe he didn't have a one night stand, maybe he saw him for a second date? That's a extent
Sure.
of his storyline. He is there to comfort Tess,
Hmm.
to help out, and he's doing pretty good because you like when he's on the film.
Oh, 100%.
He's nailing it.
Yeah.
But his character really doesn't have much more to do other than tell Cher she's fabulous.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right. He's there for that reason. And,
And
you
to
know,
remind her that they had sex at one time, you know?
exactly. Yeah. And I do like the kind of thing of like, oh, yeah, you have the scene of like he probably had a one night stand with this guy. They didn't know each other's names, all that kind
Mhm.
of fun thing.
Those gays. Those
Those
gays.
gays.
They don't even know each other's name when they
Oh
sleep
my
together.
God. But one of the other things too we can kind of talk about, or maybe we talk about some scenes or whatever, or just talk about this movie. I'm sure you have other thoughts as well. The thing with it is though, is that this movie, like, I don't know about you. I mean, I didn't go into the whole like definition of what burlesque is and all this sort of stuff. But the thing about it is that obviously at some point when they were shooting this or whatever it is, like this movie just feels so sanitized,
Yeah.
really. And I was just like, for what? But like, yeah, I don't know. It was just like, and that's something that kind of really it sticks out to me, because not to say like burlesque is explicit. It's not at all. It's not supposed to be. That's kind of the point. But the thing is like, but I think it's a little bit bawdier. It's a little bit, you know, erotic, if you will.
Yeah.
And in that situation, I don't see any of that here, in my opinion.
Again, we talked about, you know, the one Alan Cumming scene where I would say that was probably adjacent. The song Guy That Takes His Time that Christina performs, that's definitely, she's playing with the fans and that is. But other than that, most of those songs feel like just music videos with good backup dancers.
100%. Like that's what it is. And it's just like, but it's also like, it's that, but it's also like how like hedonistic is this club supposed to be?
Not at all.
Not at all. There are no drugs in this.
No.
This is LA, for God's sakes. Are you kidding me? Like, listen, I don't live in LA. I live in Baltimore. You live in Louisiana, I believe. Like, girl, we're not on the West Coast. But like, here's the thing. I don't know about you. I feel like one of the stereotypes of California, Los Angeles in particular, it probably rings a little true that people are definitely on some, you know, like, you know, let's be real. Like, that's just what it is. So for this movie, again, I'm just kind of like, why are we trying to get a PG-13 rating? Like, for whom?
For Christina Aguilera's fans.
I guess so. It has to be. Like,
and
you know,
it has no punch because of that. Like, it is definitely a Showgirls light without any sort of, there's no real conflict in this movie outside of testing to keep the bar.
Exactly.
The middle part of the movie is pretty much all one song after another, after another, after another. I love that part of the movie.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. But like there's no conflict. This is a burlesque club that's squeaky clean.
It is.
You could literally eat off the floors.
You could. It's just like there is no hedonism. There is no like. There's no nothing.
The classy adults are coming to have a drink and laugh at a joke that Alan Cumming might have made.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And I'm just like, I feel like burlesque is a little bit bawdier. It's a little bit more erotic, or it's a little bit more this. I mean, like, I've never been to a Dita Von Teese shit, but goddamn, like, I want to see, you know, like, I don't know. It's just like we're not getting anything super sexy all the time, and I'm just like, for what? But why not? Because this is called burlesque. Like, what are we doing? Like, yeah. So that's a little something where I'm kind of like, yeah, why? But like you said, it's for the fans. Maybe it's trying to bring the people in, and it's like, why couldn't they just gone for an R rating? Like, for, you know, do whatever. Like, and so, and we're also talking about nightlife. Nightlife is not squeaky clean. Nightlife is not, like, it's kind of, there is a level of, you know, excess and stuff like to it, you know.
The rest of the burlesque dancers are out. Nikki's a drunk, okay,
exactly.
But other than that, and
everyone
one of them had a baby outside of marriage, before she got married.
Julian Huff like had a baby outside of marriage, but that's really it.
They go and get pizza after work, you know. You know, they don't. These. It just does not come off as realistic. You are correct on that.
I don't. Yeah, like
there's no daring about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, you know, you're in LA, right? Like you know that, like, that's where this is. Like, what if we like, and I did like some of the montages in this though, because I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what it's like in Los Angeles. 100%. And that's exactly how you walk down Sunset Boulevard.
When she is singing "Bound to You," the big ballad, she's in that beautiful green dress that she looks like she's about to pop out of at any second. Like,
100%.
That's what the audience is thinking. Like, she gonna pop out or not?
100%. That's what I was thinking yesterday when I was watching this. So I was just like, and I've seen it before, so I'm just like, okay. But I was like, I was like, you look great, girl. But I was also just like, your boobs could just pop out.
Yeah.
And I would be interested. I'd be like, let's watch it.
And between these, it's her and Jack making love to each other. It's very cabaret, very that Liza Minnelli song, where they're doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
She's singing, maybe it's my, not my turn. Maybe
It's maybe this time.
maybe this. She's singing maybe this time as her and the other guy are making love. I was
Right.
like, you really, really, why are you doing this? Because this scene is not nearly as good as an Oscar-winning
As Oscar-winning Liza Minnelli
for
number.
an
Like
Oscar
what?
role. And yeah, and the scenes between her and Jack in that montage are ridiculous.
I know.
Ridiculous. As she's taking down her pantyhose, like, no, put it back up so I can take a picture. I'm like, oh wow. Wow.
Okay. All right. All right, let's calm down here. Okay.
A
Like,
little bit too
yeah.
racy for these
Ooh,
teens.
yeah, exactly. The teens who are
Mhm.
coming out to see Cher, bitch.
Yeah. Uh,
Exactly.
can we talk about this is a burlesque show, right? High
Yes.
energy, fun,
Right.
daring, comedy, risque.
Right.
They were really gonna have Cher trot her out and sing "You Haven't Seen the Last of Me." What was it? What? It's
No,
like, hey,
yeah. Like, what
it's
are
like, hey,
we?
everyone, we need to take everything down. Here comes the owner talking about how
A real
you
good
haven't
slow,
seen the last of her.
all right, a really good slow jam. Like, just a
It's a great song. It's a great song.
real good slow jam to just get everyone, real hype.
Yeah,
Like,
because
yeah.
she comes in, she's having a hard day. She's got all these dresses, and
Oh, yeah.
this poor guy who's been
Poor
waiting to,
DJ.
yeah, the poor DJ who is the most thankless job there.
I know.
He's like, I've been waiting so we could rehearse. I'm like, rehearse? You're really putting this number in this show.
I know. And also, here's the other thing too, is that like, yeah, that's just so funny because I'm literally just like, but also like,
I've
what
seen
are
this movie a
we?
lot, so I get to think about
Oh
these
no,
things.
totally. Because also it's the thing of like, wait, what are like, why do you have to be there, DJ? Because like all you're doing is hitting play,
Yeah, literally hit play. Yeah.
and then Cher will just give us what she needs to give us. But I'm just like, okay,
Oh, the
cool.
spotlight too. He controls the
He
spotlight.
does do the spotlight.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. So,
Yeah.
but I was just like, okay, like, but yes, that was that iconic scene, obviously. I mean, I literally was just like, like just if anything, just use this. It's great.
Mhm.
But it's just like, yeah, no, you're totally right. It's
Do you
literally
would
just
let's make sure everyone has like let's make everyone feel bad before we get it back up again,
I know, right? And it's just like and then you kind of wonder, you're like, damn, Tess, what are you going through? What's happening, baby? Like, it's just like it's just
I
like externalizing it, you know?
also, does she start every show with Welcome to Burlesque? Is she always introducing the dancers one by one?
Maybe.
I do
Who
like that.
knows? Yeah, that could be
I live
fun.
for it. I would be happy.
That
That's a
yeah.
great little number two.
It is a good number. I do like that. I enjoy it. And
Where Allie has her little Roxy Hart moment in it, where
she
she
does.
inserts herself into the show in her mind.
Yes, 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 yes. I also like the a little bit of the ending number. I just like how they're making it.
Oh God.
It was, I know, it's the song that he fucking wrote, I guess.
She used all that money to buy those letters, by the way.
Oh yeah.
She's broke again. She had to spend all the money on those burlesque letters.
Burlesque. Like literally, you're just like, oh my God, what is happening?
They
Like,
strobe, they light, they catch on fire. They're big enough for the girls to dance with all the time.
of
Where do
course.
they store all this stuff? Oh my God.
That's a good point too. Where are all these things being stored? What's happening here? How big of a place you got, Tess?
And also they have a teleportation device because
Oh
in one of
yes.
Christina's numbers, she is when because I'm a good girl, one of my favorite songs off that album, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
She is on top of the stairs, and the next second, she is on the bar, dancing on the bar. I'm like,
She's Nightcrawler. You know she's
how
Nightcrawler.
how? How did that happen? Great number, but
Right.
hello. This is supposed to be a nightclub, not a
I th
music.
I think Steven Antin was just asleep when they were doing that, and
He
he didn't
was so
realize that.
wanting to do that little cute mirror choreography. He was like, no, 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 no. I
He
made
really
that set for a
was.
reason.
He was like, I am. He is like, we are doing this, man. Like, we are absolutely doing this because I am an artiste. And
Mhm.
it's like, girl, okay,
You do say that there's the tropes, right? The tropes of
yes,
small
yes,
town girl in LA.
yeah,
However, the big difference with the trope is at some point, they see the facade, if you will, of what they're doing, and they're being taken down a bad path and drugs and alcohol.
Right, right.
She doesn't go through any of that.
She doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Like there just isn't anything like the bad thing that happens to Allie is that she gets her apartment broken into, I guess, and
Hmm.
she gets, I assume, robbed. But like that's really the worst thing that happens to
Hmm.
her because nothing else really badly happens to her,
No. And
honestly.
whatever her little relationship with Jack and even her little position at this burlesque show, she will, as famous as she's gotten, where she's splashing on the front page of
Hmm.
the local paper,
Right, exactly.
she's not going to be at this club forever.
No, of course not. Yeah, she's not going to
So
be
like
Tess.
so
Right.
she has such a bright future, and yet you see there's none of that third act. I fall and this wicked city and drugs,
Right.
sex, all of that.
Yeah, you kind of wonder like what has she learned? What has anybody learned anything from this movie? Like or throughout the journey of
Well,
this
actually, it
film?
doesn't have Marcus on speed dial still. Come on. Come
No, of
on.
course not.
Come
Right.
on.
Yeah. Like, but that was the other thing too, is that not like every movie has to be like, we learned something today, boys and
Hmm.
girls. But it's very much like, but did any of these people
No.
like
No.
no, none of them did. I don't think Allie learned anything. Tess probably didn't learn anything except about air rights, I guess.
And how
You
to
know,
spend that money.
and how to spend that money and save her club. Jack
Jack
didn't
got
learn
Jack
anything.
got Tess to let them do one of his songs as a number. And I
Right.
love how it just ends. There's this it's a fun number.
It
Show me how you
is.
burlesque. And then it goes immediately to the beautiful people in the cast rolling, and you're like, what just happened?
What happened? Like all
Bam!
this. You're
So
like,
credits
boom, here you
roll.
go. That's it. That's it. I'm just like, okay,
Oh,
cool. That's
remember,
fine.
this is a two-story. Like they have a balcony section. My God, how much
Oh
money
yeah.
did she spend on this club? No
Oh, you're
wonder
right.
that you were having money
My
issues.
God, like how much is your like literally you're just paying so much money at the ass. And I was just
Mhm.
like, for God's sakes, I was like, what are you doing exactly? How
Hmm.
popular was this? And also the other thing too, and I think I mentioned it, like, here's the thing, how is popular is burlesque? Like you're packing in all these people and you're still not making money, like not making enough money
Yeah,
to
because
support this?
it wasn't like there was nobody on the show. I mean, she had Marcus there every night ordering
Right.
all the expensive stuff. I guess all he
Exactly.
did was wait for new ones to come so he could bang. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like, why is this rich man at your club seemingly every night of the week?
Right. Exactly. And it's like, and you're making like it seems like this place is packed though. Like so you're
Mhm.
just not making enough to again,
Yeah,
the
that balloon
business plan's
payment, the
Robin.
balloon
Yeah,
payment, the balloon payment,
exactly.
two mortgages, the balloon payment.
Right.
Like
And you're
no
just
one's
like,
willing to
what?
even there's not one bank that will say, "Hey, look, you actually have good financials. Let's give you a new loan." Like no, all of
Yeah.
them are like, "No, no, no. Give me your money. Give it to me." So,
Crazy. It makes not that much sense at all.
but
And
it
it's just, yeah.
kind of like how don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. The older I get, the I'm like, how do you really land this job when you're a teenager?
Oh my God. So I have not seen the remake of that on BET Plus. I kind of want to watch it just for fun. But like, it's one of those things where like that movie, when you really think about it, and I love that film, but
Yeah, I
like
love that
I
movie.
love that movie so much. And it's great. But like the thing with that movie is like the fact that they were able to remake it in present day, and I'm just like, how the fuck did that happen? Because that is kind of one of the things about the original movie is
Hmm.
that it was at a time where you could get away with that.
Hmm.
Like it was just that's just what it was. And you could probably have done that. So it's this interesting thing of like, yeah, so how does that even work? And like you said, it's a matter of like, yeah, like how does that work in present day now, right? And again, it's one of those things where it's like how popular was burlesque at this point?
Hmm.
Or I always think of it as sort of like a bit of a niche sort of thing, like not
Yeah,
not like the philosopher Nietzsche, but like
it's
niche
Nietzsche.
niche type thing, like where how, I mean, maybe it's just because we're assuming it's an art town. It's LA, for God's sakes. But I'm also just like, but how much like, but I mean, it also the joke kind of is like, live theater is not exactly the hugest in LA.
Hmm.
I mean, not saying it doesn't exist there because it does, but again, the bread and butter of a city like that, especially at this time, is film, television, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So and it's never been, even though it could be really good, there's great theater out in California,
Hmm.
obviously, but it's also like the the life force of that town, especially not now. But like, yeah, it's just something where it's like, how popular would this bar have been? I guess I don't know. It's just
No,
interesting to think.
it's just something I guess you're not supposed to think about, but when you've seen it
Exactly.
as when you've seen it as many times as I have, you certainly am thinking about that.
You're just like, how popular is this bar is supposed to be? Like,
Lots of repeat business. I mean,
yeah, yeah, and you're just like, huh? Okay, all right.
the drinks
Like,
must be really good there.
apparently, or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. It's just
Jack's
like,
true calling is as a bartender.
exactly, exactly. Maybe baby you could just do that. That's okay. And
Mhm.
then be with somebody who wants to be with your loser ass. Like, whatever, it's fine.
What's your
But yeah.
favorite number of the show? What's your favorite one?
Oh gosh, I gotta look at the list real quick. Hold on, I got it pulled up. Let me see. Do, 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 do.
When this came out, I bought the soundtrack and I listened to it nonstop. I tell you, I love it. I love it. The song, as bad as this movie can be, I just want to make one
Uh-huh.
thing clear. As bad as this movie can be in the acting department, as bad of an actress Christina is, because she is,
Yes. Yeah.
when she is doing those music numbers, she is sensational.
I agree.
It is those dance numbers. She is performing great. She looks great. She's doing it the right way, and
Hmm.
she's the dancing is she's doing is great.
Yeah, totally. I can definitely agree with that. I would say my favorite number is, I'd have to say, like, probably I like But I'm a Good Girl. I kind of
Yeah,
like that
me
one.
too. Me
Not gonna
too.
lie, like it's a good one.
Mhm.
And I just like how she's sort of like, yeah, she's a little bit more vampy. I don't
Mhm.
remember if that's the song where like she's almost nude at the end. It might have
Uh,
been, but
that's
like,
guy who takes his time.
oh, guy who takes his time.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
that
But
one's
that
also fun.
but that
Yeah.
one's also fun too. Like, and I think like I just like kind of how she gets to have fun with that one for sure.
Mhm.
And I do like the Show Me How You Burlesque a little bit, even though it's written by my nemesis, but it's also like, I don't know. I just kind of like how it's a little bit high energy and kind of fun, and it's a nice little closer.
I'm also glad that they didn't go too much into the whoa, whoa. Like she does that a few times at the
Yeah,
beginning, but then they get away from that. She isn't like just, every
yeah,
song having that. Uh, sh
right. Time and a place, Christina. Time and a
yeah,
place.
yeah.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, and I think this movie, if anything, like again, it's been able to, right now it is in the it's being made into a theater show, which is
I'd watch
cool.
that. I'd watch that show.
Right. Like it's on the West End right now. I think they're kind of trying to reconfigure a few things and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Todrick Hall's a part of it, so we don't love that, but tis what it is. But it's, I think if anything, like this movie, I just think as we start to wind down, if you will, I think this movie is definitely, like you said, for as good, bad of a movie as it is, I think it has its kind of fun little campy moments. I think it just has this like, you know, it's something where I can kind of shut my brain off a little bit,
Hmm.
not pay attention too much to it, and really just kind of let it envelop me in a way, and just be like, you know what? Let's have fun watching burlesque.
We
Like this
almost
could be a good
forgot.
time.
We almost forgot the most important thing about this movie.
What's the most important thing? What's the
Wagon
most
Wheel
important
Watusi.
thing? Exactly, exactly.
When
What even is a Watusi?
there's the Batusi that Batman did in Batman 66. So that's a old callback. It's a so when I was watching this movie back in 2010,
Uh-huh.
I remember like when that happened, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Wagon Wheel
Right.
Watusi. And I was like, am I the only one? And no, because that is pretty much the phrase that's synonymous with that movie.
Yeah.
It is one of those movies where there's sometimes it's very special in a movie where
Yeah.
something happens and you know all the gays are going to get it.
Totally.
When Aunt Gladys turned that corner in Weapons, like that is one of them.
Yes.
And then that wagon wheel Watusi, I was like, what was that? What was that? I love
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. You're just kind of like, what even is this? I just want Cher yelling out things at me.
Wagon wheel
To
Watusi.
see. It's so good. Yeah. No, but I think this movie definitely has its bit of charm for as
Mhm.
bad of a movie it is. Um, like you said, I think the performances kind of help with like Cher's there. We
Mhm.
got Stanley Tucci there. We got Kristen Bell. We got Christina doing good performances on the stage, and if anything, this was her first little film role she could have,
Yeah.
so if anything, like I'm glad that I hope that everyone had a good time on it for what it was. I'm sure
Mhm.
it had its I think I did watch a little behind the scene featurette or whatever of like how they made it or whatever, and it seems like people had a decent time.
Mhm.
But like you said, it was probably very much almost you have to self-direct a little bit because I don't know how good Stephen
Oof.
Anton is at his job, but it's this thing of like I can understand why people can still like this after 15 years and who will still continue to like it. I will definitely tell anybody like, yeah, you just got to experience this and just see how you think about it.
Exactly.
Honestly. And I will say, yes, I do think the soundtrack is good and it slaps. So it's a good time to kind of watch. And yeah, I guess, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about in regards to Burlesque before we start to wrap up today?
I just think like I said, it's a movie that I've seen so many times and will
Mhm.
continue to watch.
Yeah.
There is something special about the pairing of Cher and Christina at this point in both of their careers.
Yeah, I would agree.
Um, that at least it's that. If there's nothing else, it's
Hmm.
both of them having really good musical performances in a movie. So,
Right.
and it is so bad it's good. I totally believe it.
Yeah.
Not the train wreck some other movies are, but it certainly has its moments.
I would agree. Yeah, I just think like there is this interesting confluence happening with Cher and Christina and just being like, let's make it happen, and
Mhm.
hopefully you can have a good time with what the result is. So, and I do. And I really
Mhm.
do. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 from my last showing. And a little heart because yeah, I think I can generally get into this and we can, you know, I think we can enjoy this. If you are a gay and you haven't seen it, you should probably watch it.
Mhm.
If you're somebody who likes gays and gay things, you probably should watch it as well.
Mhm.
So it's just one of those things where I'm glad to have been able to talk about it and to be able to lovingly kind of rip it apart a little bit.
Mhm.
But for as much as we can rip it apart and know that it's like not a great film, it's still something that is a fun time.
And if you really like Burlesque, don't expect much.
Don't expect much. Don't worry. It's exactly what you think it probably would be like. Yeah, so there's that. But I think that closes the book
Mhm.
on Burlesque today. Mike, I want to thank you so much for coming on my
Thank
show.
you.
It
Thank
was
you for
so nice
inviting
to see
me.
you, and it was so nice to talk to you.
A lot of
You've
fun.
been a delight. So yeah, and again, I like that we were able to have a nice conversation about this film
Mhm.
and be able to talk about the different things in it and just go over like just the ridiculousness that it is and be able to have that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So if you'd like to plug any of your social medias or anything, you could do that right now if
Mhm.
you want. I already mentioned a little bit earlier what your screen name was, I
Mhm.
guess. But yeah, like tell people where they can follow you if you want them to follow you.
I pretty much am active only on Instagram, but that is
Uh-huh.
Camp Blood Counselor. Yes, I am referencing Friday the 13th.
As you should.
Um, so yeah, if you would like to follow me, I don't it's not like I'm posting movie reviews or anything like that, just my
Mhm.
life with my
Yeah.
husband. But
Yeah.
I love posting how like I post a lot of Halloween stuff. If I see movies that I like, I'll talk about it. So yeah,
Hmm.
at Camp Blood Counselor.
And that'll be in the show notes, of course. I'll make sure that that's all there. And then, of course, you can follow my show on social media on Instagram and Blue Sky at Cult Cinema Circle. You'll find me on there. And then you can go and rate my show 5 stars, 1 2 sentence review on your podcatcher of choice, whatever that may be. And then if you want to send me an email, you can do that at cultcinemacircle@gmail.com. If you want to like send me anything, that you think I need to know about or give me feedback or whatever, it's fine. I'm trying to think what else there is. Yeah, that's kind of the basic stuff, I guess. But yeah, so we closed the book on Burlesque this week. So I guess you're wondering, what are we doing next week? Because next week is, around the Christmas time. It's, around that time. So I'm giving you all a fun Christmas present for this year. I'm finally doing a movie that I have been told to do specifically by my sister, because she's wanted to do it. I decided I wanted to go back and relive a little bit of my childhood and revisit a film that is kind of the second wave of the British invasion. And I decided I wanted to begin to close out December with the one, the only Spice World from 1997. So that is what you'll be hearing about next week. That'll be a very good time. We'll probably talk all about the Spice Girls and how they came to be and how that movie is also kind of 5 different movies all at once. But you know what? It kind of works at some points and it's a fun time. So yeah. So try to get your watches in as best you can. If you have the DVD or whatever, or to be perfectly honest, you could probably just find a compilation of clips online and you'll be fine, or tune in next week and you'll be able to learn more about it. So I'll do all that too. But as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to listen to the Cult Cinema Circle podcast, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.